evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. News 8 is your local election headquarters. We have made it to Election Day. The polls have been open across New York State since 6 this morning. They're going to remain open until 9 tonight. We have seen lines of people ready to cast their ballots and make their voices heard.
So far, so good. We are covering local, state, and national races throughout the night. Dan Gross is live at Mount Hope Cemetery as voters make the trek for an annual tradition there. We'll hear from him in a moment. But first, Natalie Kutchko is live at Gates Town Hall looking at voter turnout. And up until today, the talk is largely focused on the candidates. But now it shifts to the voter and how many of you get out to cast your ballot.
And that is exactly what Natalie has been looking into this evening for us. She joins us live at the polling site over at Gates Town Hall with the very latest. Natalie.
Yeah, good evening to both of you. Now, since we spoke in the last hour, we do have an update on those numbers for voter turnout so far today combined with early voting. We're going to get to that in a minute. Things are running smoothly here on the west side. We are starting to see an uptick. Of course, 5 o'clock has hit, so that post-work crowd is coming out to the polls. To my left, we have a parking lot, although it may not look busy behind me right now. Those parking spaces are increasingly becoming harder to come by. So as for those numbers, 3 o'clock, we had approximately 130,000 people that voted today alone. If you combine that, election day totals across Monroe County, that's the city and surrounding suburbs, with early voting, you have a 10% boost from the noon numbers that we received. So right now we are just over nearly 53% on that total turnout figure. So that's a bit of a boost. We've been talking a lot about early voting and how that stacks up to 4 years ago, the last time that we saw a presidential election. And hearing from different locations and the BOE themselves, it is tens of thousands more voters comparatively speaking. So earlier today, I bumped into a poll worker here at Gates Town Hall, maybe to make this day a bit more historic. She has been serving here as a poll worker for 40 years. So she stepped out to take a quick break, and we just asked how she's feeling this afternoon.
I enjoy it. It's a fun day. It's a long day, but it's a fun day, and we have a good time, and I certainly know I'm doing the right thing for my country. 4 years ago, the whole world was different. It was a pandemic and stuff like that. What I'm finding is people are more relaxed, more comfortable, and I think the early voting made a big difference this year.
And off of that early voting concept, you know, I was in Greece last week during early voting, and one of the poll workers said to me, this election feels different. We are seeing so many more people than we saw at that point during the course of the pandemic 4 years ago. Of course, we are going to be continuing to track the very latest. We'll have you posted all night long right here on News 8. But for now, live in Gates, Natalie Kutchko, News 8, back to you in the studio.